Hello, Buckskin Dave here. I'm gonna pattern this double barrel 12 gauge smooth bore. This one is this was a Pedersoli Dixie. Keep your eye in the Dixie Gunworks catalog. They or on their website. They had these on sale a while back, a year or so back, and I got a kit for next to nothing. And I mean, considering these things are about 1,100 if you buy them already built, and it's proven to be a pretty good shotgun. I want to pattern it for grouse this fall, forest grouse. So, and maybe some chuckers. So I'm going to start at 10 yards. So the first thing I got to do is we're going to run in the shop and load this up, and then we'll come out and pattern it. Okay, so you really got to be careful loading these doubles so you don't get confused with the barrel and where you're putting stuff. I've already loaded this barrel. It's the first barrel that's going to shoot, and I can see I'm above my deal here. And the other side, it doesn't have a cap on it, and I have my safety. And on this side, same thing. I can see I don't have a cap. So I'm doing this at the bench because everything's kind of laid out here, and it makes it a little bit easier. So I'm using 60 grains of 3F. And then the way I like to load them is first I have an overshot wad. I'll get that started. Push that down, and there's a lot of air resistance. Get that started, overshot. Then I put this back into the tube that I'm not loading. And we'll do the same with our cushion. This is a 12 gauge. Okay. And then I've got a shot pouch here on my bag, and it throws 1.25 ounces, I believe, is what we're getting on this one. Or is it 1 1/8 ounces? It's throwing 1.25 ounces, and it's a 7.5 shot. And then we put our overshot to keep it from rolling out of there. And again, you got the air. So they're both loaded. They're ready for capped and shooting. Now, one of the things you really got to remember, is when you're loading this in the field, you want to remember to take the cap off of this one. I've got it under these safeties. They're just 22 shells, empty cases that I got over there. If it's not on there, it can't go off. When you're loading this, this is when it's really important, if you just shot the right barrel, to put your stick in the barrel that you're not loading, because it's already loaded. You don't want to double that up. So got to take some care. So this is ready to go out and pattern now, and that's basically what I'm going to do today, is pattern this a little bit. I've been blasting squirrels with it. It's nice having a shotgun. When them squirrels take off on you, you can still take a shot. You don't have to wait for them to stop. So anyway, I'll get some targets set up. That's ready to go. I'll cap that when I'm out there on the range. Okay. First thing we're going to do is put a cap. I'm just going to cap one side at a time today. No sense capping both sides. I'm shooting one shot at a time. So I'm going to aim for the center of that wood and put a pattern in there. And let's go see what 10 yards looks like with this shotgun. Okay, so that's 1 1/4 ounce, 7.5 shot, and it's about a 12-inch circle at 10 yards. There is a big hole right here that's kind of bothersome. That's the patch. Patch went through there. So we'll put a piece of paper over this and we'll go back to 15 yards.
Now we're about 15
and see
yards.
how much bigger it gets. And we have a barrel that's choked a little bit more. So let's see how she goes. And I'm going to put my safety on the barrel we just fired. Open this one up. Put a cap on there. Let's try putting this in the center and see what it does. Okay, this is the same load. 1.5 ounce, 7.25 ounces, 7.5, and 60 grains of 3F Graff & Sons, and the wads like I showed you in the loading. So let's see how this one did. Okay, that more choked barrel really helped us because we had 5 extra yards, and it's not much more than a couple inches bigger than the last one. I aimed right about here, so most of it is below there. Here's your patch. Good pattern. That extra choke filled in the hole. So other than it's a little low, we could try a little bit more powder, keep it level, or just aim a little higher, 15 yards. 20 yards, we're going to give that a try next. That'd probably be outside of the range with this load. That would, but we'll see. That probably will be outside of the range of what we want to do with this load. But that's what you have to do. So let's check it out. Okay. Let's go take a look. Okay. So, wow, that's still not a bad pattern. 20 yards. There's a couple that are outside of the paper, but there's no big holes. Here's our patch. There's no real big holes in that pattern. I aimed right about where this patch went, right about the right elevation, just a little off. So this other barrel that has a little more choke on it is going to probably tighten that up. It'll be a good grouse load at 20 yards, or maybe a little better. I don't like to overcharge for grouse. I mean, usually they're close, and if you overcharge for them, you end up putting more lead in them, and then you end up chewing on that. So I'm liking this load. I'm going to play with it a little bit more, and I'm going to try shooting a little steel with this load and see how it works from there. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I kind of never turned down the opportunity to shoot some steel. And that's what we're going to do right now. Oh, cap fell off. I hate when that happens. We capped it. That's the kind of stuff that happens when you're... Nice. That's the kind of stuff that happens when you're grouse hunting. Well, load it up and shoot some more steel. The only thing that's more fun than watching somebody do this is doing it yourself. So get out there and do it yourself. I'm Buckskin Dave. I'll see you next time. I'm going to shoot some steel. I love this.